What are you measuring? In your business right now, what do you measure? And how do you measure that? If you're not measuring it, then let me ask you this question. How are you managing it? You can't manage something you don't measure. How do I measure weight gain, weight loss? I got to get on the scale. That tells me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. If I need to work harder, if I don't need to work as hard. Those type of things. Same thing as if you're in a car. How do I know how fast I'm going? Well, I've got a speedometer measuring my speed. So I can stay right into this within the limits of the law, or I can speed if I want to, but I know what I'm doing. And it's the same thing that you get back into your company is what are you measuring and how do you know if you are successful, mediocre, or failing? If you're not measuring it, you can't just go off of windage and go, okay, I think I'm doing this right. We think we're doing that right. It doesn't work that way anymore. With so much knowledge and so much information we have at our fingertips, we've got to put that into play within our business. And so you have to start measuring the things you want to manage. Your employees. How do I measure my employees? How do I measure my sales? How do I measure my financials? How do I measure my key performance indicators? All of those things are crucial, and you should be able to run your business anywhere in this world with one piece of paper with your KPIs on it. Accounts receivable, accounts payable, your overtime, your sales, all your little ratios that you have, work process, in process, WIP reports, all those things you should be doing in your KPIs and measuring. And that way, when you look at your piece of paper, you can see the trends, if it's up, if it's down, if it's steady, it's flat, whatever that is, you can see that. And when you get into that, then you know right where your attention needs to be. But if you don't measure anything, how do you know where to put your attention? Because sales are up, sales are down. What if your sales were down, but your margins were higher? Would that lead you to jump on your salesperson? Probably not. But what if your sales are up and your margins are lower? So just the sales number alone doesn't help. We need to know the margin and we need to know the overhead, right? I had a client last week walk into me and say, listen, we're doing $3.5 million. We were doing $6 million, but we cut it back to $3.5 million, and we are just losing our butts right now. Well, the reason they're losing their butts is because they're still running a business budget on a $6 million business, and they're $3.5 million. They didn't cut the overhead. They don't understand where it was going. The salaries are out of whack. The overhead's out of whack. The cost of goods sold is out of whack. So they couldn't really scale back because they wanted to. They've got to keep it up to the $6 million mark, or they got to scale back their overhead. Well, they're in all these leases and they can't scale back their overhead. So now they got to go back, ramp this up and figure out how to do it. So you're probably in that same situation and where you're at. So don't get stuck in this. Start measuring, even if it's the small things or just a few measurements every week and month. You'll watch the trend analysis go and say, okay, I'm doing good, I'm not doing good. And it really all starts with your break even. Where's my break even so I can push higher and push lower? So anyway, you can't manage what you don't measure, and measurement, especially in today's environment, in our economy where we're at with the inflationary periods, supply chain issues, all that, measuring that is crucial. Because even though our sales might be going up, what is our cost relative to those sales if we don't know? And it's shrinking our margins, which therefore shrinks our profitability at the bottom. And then eventually we're going to get out of business because we can't manage. We're going to be robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we won't be able to manage the free cash flow that we thought we could have. So I can't stress how important measuring your business is, even if it's small things. It doesn't have to be measuring every single little thing in the world. Just start measuring the most important things, productivity, all that kind of stuff. And then you watch how you can take your business to the next level because of that right there. Anyway, go help somebody. It'll put a smile on your face, and thanks for watching.